Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And in this lesson, we'll be taking a look at how we can build the main and homepage header. Okie dokie. So last time we left off, we finished building the preparations for the backend and the front end. So let's exit all of this and let's see how we can do this. Okay, so let's go back and let's just visit our website. Okay, we can click on this preview changes to kind of see where we're at, which so far is nothing much. Okay, so to build our website, let's first make the header and footer of our website, and then we can focus our time on the homepage. So let's first start with the homepage header. Okay, so notice that in our example, we have two kinds of headers going on. We have our homepage header, which is what you're seeing right now. This is how it looks like. It's transparent, okay? Even the drop-down, well, the drop-down menu in this case is with the gray, but dark green kind of background, but it's transparent up here. If I scroll down, it's going to turn slightly darker, right? It's still a little bit transparent here. It's a sticky header. And if I were to go to another page, for example, it's a blog page, you'll see that it turns black. Okay, so we're kind of having two styles that are going on here, okay? Even the drop-down background colors have changed. But whenever we go back to the home menu, it goes back to being transparent. So we're gonna need to create two headers in order to achieve this. So the first thing we need to do is download the free plugin that will let us build this kind of header in Elementor. Now, if you've purchased Elementor Pro, you can actually build your header and footer without the need of an additional plugin. But since in this course we're using the free version of Elementor, we will be installing a new plugin. So let's go ahead and do just that. So let's go back to the backend. We're gonna go to plugins. We're gonna add a new plugin, and this plugin is called Elementor Header and Footer Builder. So let's type that, and it's this one, install, and then we're gonna activate it. Activate. Okay, so now that it's activated, I'll show you how we can use the plugin to build our homepage header. Okay. Let's navigate to Appearance, and you'll see there's a new pop-up that says Elementor Header and Footer Builder. We got that from the plugin. And now we will click on Add New here. We can skip the pop-up here. And here we are. So let's give our homepage header a title. We'll call it Homepage Header. We're going to select the type of template it is, which is a header. We want it to display on the front page, so we're going to say display on the front page, but we want it to just display on the front page, okay? So let's see here. We can just keep it like this, display on front page. We'll add a display rule. We'll also go to select, go down to specific page, and we want to specify that we want this header to appear on the home page. The user role basically gives like user permissions, like who should see this. Basically everyone will see it. We can leave it blank. And enable layout for Elementor canvas template. We'll take that. In the template here, we're going to select Elementor full width. And then we're going to publish this. Once it's published, we're going to click on Edit with Elementor. And it's going to take us to the Elementor interface specifically for our header. Okay, so if you see the home title here, just click on settings and then click on hide title, which is what we're gonna do, and update. The first thing we're gonna do is add a container, okay? Because remember, right now we're trying to build this, which looks like a container that has two separate columns, one on the left and then one on the right. On the left is where our logo is, and on the right is where our navigation menu is, okay? So let's try and copy that. So we're gonna add a container. The way we do that, we can either click on the plus here, or you can go to container and drag and drop it. But when you do a plus, you can select a structure, and I want to select this structure with the two columns. So we're gonna select that. The left side will hold the site logo, the right side will hold the navigation menu. We're going to click on the top here in the dots, and we're going to select full width. We want the navigation header to go the full width of the page. We're going to change the color of this container by going to Style, Classic, and we're going to give it a specific color that I've laid out beforehand, which is going to be this color. Paste. This is the hex code for it. Okay. So you can type that out. Pause the video and type that out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a site logo to the left-hand side. So go back here to go to all the elements. We're going to type in site and we're going to click on site logo. Now you get the site logo from the header footer builder plugin. Okay, that's what the HFB stands for. I'm going to drag it here to the left-hand side. This was already configured, by the way. We already configured this in appearance in customize. If you've not done that, you can do that now. Or you can click on custom image here and actually upload the image as well. We're going to change the image resolution to full and we're going to leave no caption, no link. I think we'll leave it like this for now and we'll see if we need to add more stuff in the future. Then on the right hand side, we're going to add the nav menu. So navigation menu here, going to drag it to the right. We're going to select our main header. So your menus need to be created beforehand. Okay. And we're going to change the size of this. So let's go ahead and change the colors and the size. So for the color, we're going to want it to be white. So text. And then for our typography up here, let's have it accent. And let's change some things a little bit because I want it to be a little bit bolder. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make the weight 700. We can keep it Nonito and maybe just make it a little bit bigger like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll leave it like that. This is kind of above up here, so I want to center it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the parent container here, go to layout, and then on align items, I'm going to click on center. That way the items are all centered now, and I'm going to update. Okay, maybe I want to decrease the size. Let's see how it looks like. So if I click on preview changes, what's going to happen is it's going to preview the header for you. Okay, if you want to see your actual page, you have to go back to the backend and then click on visit site, and we can see how it looks like in the actual home page. Now I want the logo to be a little bit smaller, so we're going to go here and let's go to style. Let's say the max width can be 50%. Okay, that's good with me. If you find that the logo is pushed at the top here, as in this logo is touching the top nav background color here, you can give it some padding. You can go to advanced, unlink the values, and then give it some padding on the top so you can give some space. We're not going to do that. Our logo is not touching the top. It's actually well spaced by default, but that's how you can do that if you want to. Okay. Something that we need to change is this. When I hover over, my drop downs are white. I want it the same color. So let's go back to our nav menu to edit it. We're going to click here. We're going to go to drop down here. And the background color, we want it to be the same. So the color is this. So background color, it's going to be this, paste. Okay, you can see how that looks like. Then it's not changed, so why is that? Let's change again, paste. Let's remove any spacing. There we go. There was just a white empty space there. Okay. Okay, that looks good for now. Let's update. Let's go back to our website. Let's see, go here. Just to refresh. Okay. Okay, it looks okay. There's these little squares here. Wonder what that is, even though here it's fine. Okay, we're gonna have to see that a little bit later. If you want, you can push the nav menu more to the right hand side here. The way you can do that is clicking here, going to the content, going to layout, and then align it to the right. You can update. And if I refresh here, go here, we can see it's been pushed all the way to the right. How do I feel about that? Let's see the example. Yeah, it's pushed to the right, so we'll keep it like that. This is the example we're going with. Okay, I want this to be more towards the left. So let's edit that here. Let's click here. And then here, let's see what we can do. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go to contents, go to alignment, and we'll align to the left like this. Okay, I like that. So here we will use layout for the nav menu and do alignment to the right. And then in the site logo, we'll go to site logo and take the alignment to the left. We'll save, we'll update. We'll see how it looks like in the front end. Okay. That's better. That's better. Okay. Yep, that's looking more like it. Okay. That's looking more like it. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that moving forward. This thing, I'm not too sure what this is. Let's try and troubleshoot that because here looks fine. Let's see, layout, submenu icon arrows. Let's do plus signs, for example, and let's update. And then let's refresh here. It's working there. Let's go to the front end. Okay, the pluses are working fine. So let's change it back to arrows. So instead of the submenu icon being the plus, we'll change back to arrows. Update, refresh. Not happy with that. Let's do classic. Okay, update. Let's refresh. Let's go to the front end. I'm not sure why it's not happy with that. Yo, Future Dilson here. So I actually found the solution to what was going on. So if I share my screen here. So the reason that it's showing up as kind of like this box is because we're not actually loading up the correct icon, which is the Font Awesome icon. So to do that, we're gonna just navigate to the back end, okay? Go to Elementor, go to the settings, and then go to the Advanced tab. And once you're in the Advanced tab, you need to go to where it says Load Font Awesome for Support. Click the dropdown and select Yes. Save changes, and that's it. Then it'll be working as usual. So now if I load up the front end, we can see that now our arrow is appearing as it should be. So that's it. So let's resume back to the video. Just so we can move on though, what I'll do is I will go to style and drop down. Is it here? I think it's in content, layout. I'm going to change this from arrows to the plus sign, and then I'm going to update because the plus sign is working fine here and it gets the job done. I just prefer the drop down, but don't worry, for the purpose of moving forward, we'll stick with pluses. There's another thing that I wanted to show you how to get rid of actually is this thing here that we see is populating. So right now, if we go to another page, in theory, this header shouldn't appear. So let's try that. Blog. Okay, and it doesn't appear. And that's because of the condition we set in the beginning that the header should only appear in the home page and the front page. So that's fine. The colors here are fine. There is a few things we can change. For example, I would like to have it turn to a color when it's activated so we know which page that we're in. I'll show you what I mean by that. If we go to style, make sure you edit the navigation menu. Go to style. When you hover, we're going to give it a color. We're going to give it this color. I'm going to do copy. And we're gonna go here and paste. So when we hover, it turns to this color here. And then when it's activated, we're also gonna leave it at that color, so we know where we're at in the web page. So I'm gonna update, go back to the front end, refresh. We can see we're home because that's the last thing we activated. And when I click here on blog, oh, it's not gonna work here because we've only made that header available in the home page. So my apologies. It's only gonna activate here in home, but we see it's working because we know we're in the home page. When we hover over items, it appears with that color. And when the navigation menu has been activated on a certain page, it's displaying here. But let's move forward. Let's actually remove this here, okay? Because we have this here. We have these things populating here. This is our blog. We have a footer here. We want to remove this. Okay, we didn't specify this using Elementor. So this is actually happening on WordPress. So let's go ahead and remove that. Let's go back to the back end, exit to the back end. In our appearance, we're going to go to our menus. And then in manage locations, we can see that based on the previous videos, when I was teaching you how to do headers, we assigned a main header and a main footer, okay? We just want them created, okay? We don't actually want to assign them because we're assigning it using WordPress. But what we're using is Elementor. We're gonna create our header and footer using Elementor. So instead of selecting the main header on header and main footer for footer, I just want you to go back and just leave it in with no options and save changes. Then let's go back to the front end. We'll see that that disappears, okay? We have some metadata here, okay? That's completely fine. But when we go to, let's say, blog again, we won't see that again, okay? I think we should be able to remove this metadata as well. If we go to customize and we go to site identity, again, did some more troubleshooting. These items that appear, even though we've just removed the menus, right? The menus are no longer appearing, right? Remember how it was before. If I quickly go back. So we just removed the assigned menus, right? And remember how it looked like before when it was assigned. Save changes. Let's go to the front end. This is how it looked like when our headers were being assigned, okay? We were getting data that's populated here, but we don't want to actually display this. So we're gonna go to our back end, go to our menus, manage locations tab. We're just gonna remove these options here and we're gonna save changes. Then when we go to our front end, we can see that the headers have removed themselves, but we still have this here. How do we remove that? Even if we go to a separate page, right? We still have that information that we don't want, this here, okay? And this here, it's kind of like we already have like a footer and header here. Elementor by default will give some content there and we want to remove that. The way we do it is, let's go to our home page and edit with Elementor. Okay, you see we have this content here. We're gonna remove that right now. Go to the settings here, or rather, let's go back. Yeah, over here, click on this icon, go to the site settings, and then let's go to our footer. And then we can remove these contents that's populated for us here. We want nothing here, so let's remove that, let's remove that, let's remove that, everything there, and update. We're gonna do the same thing with the header. We're gonna remove the site logo, tagline, the menu. Yeah, we're gonna update that. Because our header and footer is being populated with the header and footer builder plugin that we installed, okay? So we don't need these site settings, okay? So moving forward, now we have the website that we want, and there's no additional content being populated here. Don't worry, we haven't created a header for any other page but the home page yet, so this is fine. Now is the time to build the header that's going to go on the other pages that are not the home page, that's not the landing page. So we're effectively going to duplicate all the steps that we did, but we're going to choose a different color for our background. So we're going to copy all the exact same steps one more time. So let's go to the back end. Let's go to Appearance, Elementor Header and Footer Builder. We're going to add a new header. This time we're going to call it Main Header. Okay. Remember, this is the header that's going to appear everywhere but the front page. Then in type of template, we're going to select Header. We're going to display it on the entire website, and then we're going to add an exclusion rule where we don't want it appearing on the front page, nor do we want it appearing on the home page. So that's the exclusion rule. We're going to enable layout. That's fine. We're going to go to templates, Elementor full width, and then publish. And now we're going to edit with Elementor. And now we're going to quite literally redo the steps that we've done above. Okay, for the main header. So we're going to create a container with 2 columns. We're going to give it a different color. We're going to make it black this time. So go to Style, select the container, go to Style, background type classic. We're going to choose a color, which is going to be black. Then we're going to go back here and choose our site logo. That's going to go on the left-hand side. Drag it there. Make the resolution full. That's fine. We're going to align it to the left as well while we're here. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Our max width is going to be 50. That's okay. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, we're going to add our navigation menu. So let's drag and drop it there. It's going to be main header, okay? We're going to go to layout. We're going to align it to the right. We're going to make our submenu icon from arrows to the plus sign to stay consistent. We're going to change the color of the text of the nav to white to text. And we're going to change the typography to accents. We're going to make it bold. I believe I did 700 bold and 23 pixels, but we can double check this. We're going to update, and let's see what else I did. In our container, yeah, our directions here, that's fine. In our container, we're going to align the items to the center. We're going to update. Let's see. In fact, here in typography, no need to, that's okay. Weight 700, yes, 23 pixels, that's okay. We've aligned both items to the center, yep. The max width, okay. We're gonna check out the width of the container, 50, and then the width, the max width of the site logo is 50, that's fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a different background here. We're gonna add a black background so we can see the text here. So let's do that. Select the nav menu here. Open up the drop down. The background color we're going to change to black. Then let's hover over and see. Okay, yep, that's fine. When we hover over an item, we're going to make it have a text color of this. Text color, it's the same of what we did last time. This one here, paste. I believe that's, yeah, that's fine. That's the drop down. Okay, that's the drop down, but we also have to do the same for the main menu. So when hover, give it a text color of this. Paste. Okay. Yep, that seems to be working fine. We're gonna update and see how that looks like. Okay, so we'll duplicate this tab, and we'll keep one in Elementor, and we'll go back here. So click here to exit back to the WordPress dashboard. Let's go to the front end. This is how the home looks like. Let's see what happens when we try to go to the blog page. Okay, nice. It changes to black, which is what we want, but there is still some differences here. So if I go to the home page here, Okay, so there's still some changes. So let's try and make them the same. Let's see what we've done differently. So here we have the homepage header. Let's edit that. And then here on the right, we have the main header. Let's edit that side by side. Let's see what the difference is. Okay. So let's start with the logo. So let's start with the logo here. If I click, oh, well, I mean, one thing that I know I didn't do is I didn't change the container to full width. So let me do that, full width. Update. Okay, I think that may have been it. Let's preview the changes. Okay, let me just go to the front end. Okay, that's how it looks like in the front end. Let's go to another page. Yep. Yeah. Lovely, that looks the same. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the header done for now. We'll go back at a later time to add some additional enhancements, such as making the header sticky, as well as being transparent. With our headers completed, we'll now begin to create one global footer, similar to the steps that we've done in this video. I'll see you in the next video.